So if you've watched more of my videos on my channel, you've noticed that I come to places where nobody comes actually. Look, very windy. Interesting situation here. Welcome to Kuwait.
Heartbreaking that we are going on holidays by ourselves, like by each other.
See you. Finally, after an hour of waiting to get a visa, we are finally in Kuwait. The guy that is transferring me from the airport to the hotel has stopped casually to take some bread, and it smells amazing. So let me explain. To get to Kuwait, you can either do a visa on arrival or you can do an e-visa. I did a visa on arrival as I thought that it would cost me 3,000 Kuwaiti dinar times 3 to get it to euro, so that would mean 9,000 euro, but it is not 3,000 actually, it's 3.000. So for instance, the parking at the airport goes to 200 cents. Totally different way of writing, because the currency is so valued, they actually value their cents as well. This beach behind me looks amazing, but the thing is, Kuwait is not really a country where you would think of when going somewhere, right? In 2022, only 3 million people visited the country, compared to the United Arab Emirates. In 2022, 23 million people visited the country. There's only one thing you really need to see in this country, and these are the Kuwait Towers. That's what we are aiming for. These were the Kuwait Towers. So behind me there is a military exposition going on with military vehicles, ambulances, fire trucks, everything for children to be able to see what kind of things the defense forces of Kuwait, but also the other forces do. And you see, that's not surprising at all. On the 2nd of August 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait. Half a year later, roughly, Allied forces recaptured Kuwait, and it had devastating effects. They came in with tanks, they burned a lot of oil reserves, resulting in fires, oil spills as well. So, yeah, it's still in the mind of the local people. What stands out to me is that the Kuwaiti people, although they have a very different culture from our Western transparent culture, a lot of women are covered, of course, but everybody is the same in the end. Like, I saw a father that was climbing over the rocks and asking his wife to come with him, while his daughter was already also climbing over the rocks towards the beach. I saw a mother that was pushing their 3 kids on a playground, and I saw just people walking together as a family, and that's actually also what we do, right? That's what we also would do on a Sunday or Saturday, and now it's a public holiday here, and you see people out with families are coming out, and it comes to mind that we are actually living the same life all together in the same world. It's kind of a unifying thought, right? Nice food, just for 150. These people are so hospitable. I just got some Arabic coffee, totally for free. Interesting but nice, natural flavor. I wanted to pay and he said, no, but this is for free. This is Kuwait, mate. This is for free. It's 250. And Kuwait is a country at sea, so you need to visit the local fish market. Let's go. So the thing about Kuwait these days is that it's a national holiday. Today, tomorrow and yesterday, and everything is covered in these flags and in the colors of Kuwait. To give you a notion of the vibe of Kuwait city, it's not a city as we Europeans would know, with a small city center, historical, lots of places and things to do and to see. It's quite scattered, and that's something we Europeans are not used to. I found a hidden spot here, somewhere tucked away behind the busy road, and also this spot is mainly dedicated to workers. Nothing is really only dedicated to tourists. I went here by accident because it's just a nice park, but apparently there's gonna be a fireworks or a drone show because of today's Liberation Day. Look at how busy it is, it's crazy. This was crazy. Fireworks lasted for almost half an hour. What a country. I just returned home from a long day. Just outside, people were really celebrating their Liberation Day. They were so kind. They even got me a lollipop in heart form. Can I show it to you? Yes, I can. This one, beautiful. So good morning again from Kuwait. We'll go to the airport, grab a taxi and get a rental car. So this is the car I rented. Well, I've arrived at a place called Salmiya, where I'm gonna see whether there's a possibility to go with a ferry to Falaika Island. But yeah, I didn't film all the hustle and bustle around the airport because a lot of formalities that need to be done to be able to drive. From the Netherlands, you need to as well have a driver's license that is international rather than European. Well, they need to make a lot of copies, a lot of stamps. So today is quite windy, as you can tell. and I'm walking on a promenade that's quite newly made, and not that much people today because the locals think it's very cold. Well, it is quite chilly, I can tell you. From here you have a nice view on the skyline of Kuwait. Let's have a look. So I managed to get tickets to the island, and basically the only option was tomorrow at 11. We go there, 1.5 hours the ferry takes. It's a slow ferry and it's a car ferry, I suppose. And then we go back at 10 p.m. so that's quite late. So we'll be back at 11:30 at night. It will be a whole day on the island, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And I will of course take you with me, so stay tuned. Obviously, when you're traveling in another country, you need to go to the toilet, and what strikes me here is that all the toilets are quite wet. Also, they have this kind of spray thing that you can clean your stuff with some extra water. Because of that, there's a lot of water on the floor, so it doesn't give me nice clean vibes, but yeah, interesting detail. Kuwait is a very small country with limited coastline. But in summer, as I said earlier, the temperatures are rising until 55 degrees, so coastline and some cool breeze from the sea is very much needed. So what did they do? They created some extra coastline, and now we're gonna go to a place where this coastline is created in a very unique way.
Khiran is a city built by excavating canals, creating over 200 kilometers of artificial shoreline. The city was inaugurated in 2016 and is expected to house up to 250,000 residents. The city is considered a pioneering project due to its environmentally sustainable construction and water management techniques.
Behind me you see the result of the oil boom. In the 2000s they started to building this neighborhood because they wanted to bring the sea breeze to every citizen. And they succeeded, but they had one big problem, and it was water quality. How to get this water quality to be as fresh as the real sea. The sea has tides here, and if you think about it smartly, you can make the tide create some kind of movement in every corner. So what did they do? They built some locks. This is the southern border of Kuwait. Behind me, the Saudi-Arabian border. Speaking of unusual places, I show you behind me a burnt car in the middle of the Kuwaiti desert. And I'm not just here in the desert because of the burnt car. No, this is the place where the Kuwaiti people really like to go. This is their leisure place. You see, the Kuwaiti people really like to camp, and they do that by caravan vans, campers, by tents, but also by like the big American large vans. And this is basically also all the nature Kuwait is rich of. It's basically sand. Now it's winter, so there's some grass and some trees in a distance, but that's it basically. So, well, it speaks for itself, and so guys, just stumbled upon a medical evacuation. I'm not kidding. I saw a helicopter landing next to the mosque, and what happened was it landed on a parking lot, and I was wanting to look at it, and then suddenly I saw an ambulance rushing towards the helicopter. Patient went over from the ambulance to the helicopter, and the helicopter took off. So welcome to an evening in Kuwait. Join me as I go to one of the top restaurants here in this city. really liked the sushi. I think the best sushi I've ever had, and it was also even like a Angus beef in glazed with yaki, I think they call it. Believe it or not, but I brought you to a new place. This is the cultural center, as they call it, in Kuwait, and it's a little bit like the Dubai fountains, because here sometimes they are playing fountains, so not now as you see, but look at on the other side. Beautiful, all those palm trees. It's amazing. Welcome to Kuwait's most expensive and biggest mall, the avenues. Golden escalators and expensive brands gather here for the Kuwaiti people.